Welcome, everyone, to the Aging and Spirituality podcast. I'm Kathy Lee Taylor.
And I'm Chris Jensen.
And we're so happy that you're here.
You sure are.
We are talking about things that have to do with aging and doing it in a way that we can realize the potentials of the third stage of our life that make it the most exciting adventure that you've had so far. So today I came with some facts. I have been reading this study. I can't remember the man's name. I think it was Mr. Dykewald. I'll have to look it up for you. But I was reading some of his research, and he's gone really deep into what boomers are up to and what is going to happen in the next few years. So just even according to the US Census, the 2020 census, in America, there are 73 million boomers. By 2030, 81% of those boomers are going to be over 65. That's a lot of boomers.
A lot of them are already over 65.
So that should get you excited, right? That should be like, man, that is a network of people, going through the same phase, going through the same journey. There are friends out there. There are opportunities out there, galore. So one of the things that really struck me in his research, he was talking about how boomers are clueless on what they want to do with their lives. And does that surprise you? Like, who trains you or talks to you about what you're going to do when you hit the third stage of life? Absolutely nobody. It's kind of like menopause. Nobody talks about that either. It just all of a sudden happens to you, and then you're wondering, okay, now what do I do with this? He was saying that on average, people spend 49 hours a week watching television. Oh my goodness. Isn't that great? I know, doesn't that give you
a lot of time?
That's a lot of television. I mean, I guess it could be fun and some people want to do it, but boy, what if we put that time into being creative? What if we put that time into serving other people, our family, our friends, our communities, making new friends? Oh my gosh, there's so much out there to explore. So the thing about it is people don't want to talk about aging.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even think about it, let alone talk about it to somebody else. It's just like kind of taboo subject. I don't want to think about the fact that I'm getting older because I really don't even know how to deal with it. And it's a hard topic to bring up. In fact, there's actually a word that's been termed for this fear. It's called gerontophobia. And it's fear of age-related self-degeneration or hatred of fear of the elderly. It's true. It's true. And isn't this crazy?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but think about it. This is when it came into play around 45, post-World War II. And when there was about 76 million American children that became the target of our corporate marketers.
Mm-hmm.
They started selling products to our kids. And then at the same time, the wisdom of the elders just got pushed aside. And getting older became a really kind of frightening thing. We became very youth obsessed in this culture. Well, damn it, we're going to take it back. Yeah. Screw them all. We're going to be amazing adults. We're going to be amazing aging people because we can. We have so much available to us.
Well, I remember the axiom, when I was younger, don't trust anyone over 30.
Oh my gosh, I never heard that one, but that's great.
Yeah,
I did. But I mean, if you looked at somebody over 30, even then it was like, oh, you're really old. Now it's like, oh my God.
So young, right?
Yeah, and you have no idea what's available to you until you get here. So really, what I wanted to talk about is how can we focus on this third part of our life in a way that makes us feel safe, loved, appreciated. Like, I mean, we don't get to be 60 and lose all our dreams. Come on, that doesn't happen.
Right? It could be a time when we could be fulfilling something that maybe we put aside earlier.
And absolutely, that happens a lot. When you're a caretaker, most of your life for your family or your spouse, even your parents, as we get to this age, right? It's easy for us to put aside what we really want. But if you really talk to people, they still have dreams. And sometimes they've allowed it in for the first time because they have the time to do it and they have the resources to do it. So this is the time to be really looking at those things and making them happen in your life. So what do you need to focus on? Here's the thing. Start off with your body. Have
Mhm.
you heard this before? I know this is a theme. Chris and I talk about this so much. This is a theme because, but just logic it through. You can't, if you're always struggling with your body, if you have stress, if you have things that are breaking down, it's because you have stress in the first place. And that makes it very hard to be creative, to do something new, to generate, a whole different kind of way of being. You got to pay attention to your. So learn to let go of stress. I thought this would be a really great place to talk about the principle in yoga that we teach when we're teaching postures that can even apply to the releasing of the mind, releasing of emotions. But I'll try to walk through it. But Chris, if I miss anything, please come in and help me with this. So when you're first taught postures, you're taught to go to the point of tension. So you'll tell someone, right, to bend over, and inevitably you will see a newbie go past the point of tension because they're looking at their neighbor, trying to compete. They're looking, trying to go as far as they can. They want to go past where the guy is next to them, that kind of thing. That's not what you want to do.
Right.
That
They
is,
believe no strain, no gain, but it's just the opposite.
it's just exactly the opposite. So yeah, you're not in the gym when you're doing yoga. Remember that. You're doing an entirely different thing. So if you want to learn to release, you have to go to the point of tension. And then what would you say? I'll let you do this, Chris. What would you say is the best thing at the point of tension? Imagining space, light, what would you do?
Well, there you just try to relax and soften the area and let the tension go. Just,
But you pay attention to where the tension is in your body. So
yeah,
you can actually send energy to that spot. Let go of it by like
right.
imagining light, moving into
Light
it.
or space. You want to just, yeah, just try to, because it's hard. Tension is hard. You want to soften it and, let it feel light and free and open and just kind of hang there until it dissolves.
It dissolves. That's the important part by itself. So you're not pushing, you're
Right.
not striving in any way. You literally are just hanging and releasing. And once you understand that concept, you can really apply that to when your thoughts get really stressful. You send some space in there, put some light in between all of that friction that's going on. So I wanted to get that into your awareness, listeners, so that try that, get that feeling of what it's like to release that tension. The effort you put into that will serve you really, really well in terms of helping yourself be healthy, be strong, be balanced, all of those things that you need to do as you get older. So do your postures every day. If you don't know postures, you can certainly learn them online. We have online classes at theyogacenter.org every week that are free. For goodness sakes, get on there and enjoy them. Take advantage of them. Do gentle stretching. Same concept, releasing tension, like when I do different kind of stretching that is literally just related to tennis because the hip flexors have to be stretched out a lot more. So your hips and your knees aren't always in pain as you age. So you learn as you age that there are different things that you need to focus on, but your body's always telling you. It'll tell you where the stress is and where you need to go.
Yeah. People think when they have a pain that, it's just the way it is, or they need to have a surgery or something. And most of the time, that may be the true in some cases, but most of the time it's a matter of releasing that tension that we store there. And
exactly.
Really daily stretching, daily yoga poses would fix that.
Yeah, you change your response to it. Instead of taking an Advil, go do some stretching, go do some releasing of the tension in your body. So important. So important. Okay, so I feel like we hit postures in meditation sometimes, like just over the head all the time. But I'm sorry,
that's why we do.
That's what we're here for. It's so important. Okay, so next little tip here, in order to be more balanced and healthy as you age, develop discipline when it comes to eating the right foods that your body needs. There's the body again, but listen, I was at a lunch the other day, recently spoke to someone that was in their 70s, and she was dealing with skin cancer. She had diabetes, and she had had a stroke.
Mm.
And so I'm watching what she's eating. And of course, I don't say anything, except after she had the piece of cake, I said, if you have diabetes and you eat that, what happens to you after you eat that? And she just looked at me and she said, I'll pay for it later. She gets sweats. The sugar is so damn addicting. People will go through the consequences rather than try to get that under control. Wrong approach, folks. Holy moly. Like she said, she was talking about all the things she has going on in her body, and it's just not fair. And I was like, you have to work with that. You have to learn. Your body's telling you something. This is not just, don't keep depending on doctors and medicines and surgeries and stuff like that. Learn to give your body what it needs. It will get healthy. It only takes a full 7-year cycle to get the body to change every cell in its being, So please get some discipline when it comes to food. Work with a nutritionist if you have to. I mean, that's probably one of the best investments if you don't know how to do it yourself, spend money on somebody who does. Okay, so I can't go on without saying learn to meditate or practice mindfulness. So you're not chasing your monkey mind around all the time. I mean, I don't have to tell you how much. I mean, you just sit there at the end of your day and look at what happened in your mind in that day and think to yourself, how much time did I spend just totally controlled by what was going on between my ears? It's annoying. It's annoying. So when you learn to meditate, you really give yourself a chance to be able to focus where those thought forms are being spent and, where they're being sent out into the universe and what you're actually thinking. So, there's just so many benefits to meditation. It's hard to tell you them all. And do you want to say anything about meditation?
Well, people sometimes think meditation is hard, but it's not. I mean, our mind, everybody in the beginning, your mind is so busy, and that's okay because just the effort you put in to let it calm down will make a difference. If you do practice regularly for, 15 minutes a day, you'll find before too long that there's a calmness or peace between the thoughts, and that gets bigger and bigger. And everyone starts out, we have a habit of a busy mind. So just keep at it and it will help you.
That's true. It's one of those examples where if you take one step forward, spirit will take 10 towards you. It will just start to unfold and happen for you. Just commit to doing it. So here's another thought. Check your belief systems now, because I find a lot of people as they age see themselves the same as when they were 16. Literally, don't people say that all the time? I still feel 16 inside. Guess what? You're not. You're a different human being at 66 than you were at 16. So check your belief systems, just don't make assumptions that they are the same as they were when you were young. It's really important to understand how you think and feel now. What's important to you, all of those things. What do you want to accomplish? What matters to you now at 66? Am I complacent? How so many people fall into complacency in their older age because they don't know what to do. They're not clear about what it is that they want. Don't shortchange yourself that way. Take a look at your beliefs, see what's going on in there. It may be time to transform some of them. You may have limited beliefs about what you can accomplish. You can work on that. Once have awareness of what's going on in there, you can definitely work on that. So take time to discover what's going on in there. The other thing that I really loved when I was researching this topic and thinking about it is that it's so important at this stage to really recreate yourself through your friendships. I didn't spend a lot of time making friends as a younger woman because I was always busy achieving something, doing stuff, a lot of it was, my studies of yoga, my practices of yoga, raising a son on my own, that kind of thing. So I didn't focus on making friends, and it wasn't necessarily that I didn't want them. It just, who had time? I didn't have time. And now I love making time for it. Now I have all these questions about what is this about? what can come from these friendships, and what kind of cool people could I make, and friends I could make and attract into my life. So
I think that's a big difference right there, just having that attitude about what kind of cool people can I meet, interesting
yes,
people. Because a lot of times we feel like, well, maybe we've lost touch with some old friends, or, but there's always, like, if you are part of an organization, there's like-minded people you can meet, that it's exciting to meet new people.
absolutely. And like-minded is great. I'm glad you said those words, because that's helpful as we get older. We don't have a lot of space for, if the person doesn't have the same values, doesn't mean you don't like them, doesn't mean you can't hang out with them. But the people you're going to get close to, you're going to be on the same value path. You're going to be like-minded, you're going to want to enjoy your time together in similar ways. Like, I'm not going to go ride motorcycles 80 miles down the highway. Somebody in my life love that. That would scare the crap out of me. That's not you. So that isn't the kind of person that I'm gonna, connect with. But finding new people that bring newness into your life is really a way of recreating yourself through your friends. Okay, so yeah, I think I covered that one. I was going to talk about loyalty and stuff, but really it's just, bringing people in who can be with you, support you, that's the other thing. Be a support of, say you want to take on a big project, start a new business, be in a relationship, like a marriage or something that you've never done before. You're going to want support system for that, people that have been through it, people that can help you when you're embarking on something absolutely new. So yes, don't shortchange yourself that way either. Reach out, make new friends. You never know what's going to happen there, and you never know what avenues you will open up when you do. Their whole worlds, their whole lives become available to you, all the things they've done and all the things they can introduce you to when you make nice friends. So really important. So do this. I've created this little exercise for people that want to reach out and make new friends. Just go ahead and close your eyes and put your right hand on your heart gently. See yourself reaching your hand out in your third eye to people who you want to meet and that you're meeting for the first time. You're enjoying conversation and having fun with them. You see yourself developing a network of new people that can support you in very loving ways, help you to do the things that you want to accomplish in the third stage of your life. And if you feel any struggle with imagining these people, just ask your inner self to send you friends whose company you will enjoy and benefit from. And then just say, so it is. And open your eyes.
That
It
was
feels good.
lovely.
Doesn't that feel good?
Lovely.
I know
I enjoyed it. Yes.
I was doing that too. Yeah, just, it's so important to choose your friends wisely. I mean, really, relationships refine us, don't they? I mean, our choice of relationships, they're either going to reinforce limiting patterns of thoughts and feelings, or they're going to help us decondition them and help us have a new orientation to being, so important.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to leave you. This one, I don't know how long I've taken here, but I will leave you with one little thing to do that is fun that you can do every day. When you're done listening with the podcast, go look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, who is this older person staring back at me? And wait for a response. See what happens in there. It's actually very interesting. I tried it today. Stuff comes up that you wouldn't anticipate at all. What does she want to do before she transitions from Earth? Just keep lovingly look at yourself in the mirror, in your eyes, and then tell yourself how much you love her. Just say, I love you, right into your own eyes. Okay, have fun with that, people. Have fun rediscovering who you are at this exciting stage in your beautiful life. We
It'll
hope you're
make a big
happy.
difference. It'll make a big
It'll make
difference.
such a big difference. We hope you're happy. Come back
All
again and
right,
bring
see
your
you soon.
questions. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Bye.